Okay, final game, 3.5 to 1.5. I am player two, but I would love it if I could go 4.5. See what we can do. Mastermind Supplies is a nice synergy. You top deck a horse, which is a good target for the Mastermind. You triple play the horse for a bunch of draw. Magpie is probably going to be good with all the treasures around that look impactful. Prince is probably way too slow to matter. If you want to start a turn reliability, you've already got Mastermind for that. Yeah, I think you get a counterfeit to thin your deck. You get some supplies, get some Masterminds, get a sack of loot for payload, and that's pretty much the deck. Xyrix takes a supplies immediately. I think I want Magpie on 4. Ironmonger is also a good $4 card, but I do want the Magpies. Uh, I'm contemplating buying lackeys over supplies. I do want the supplies a lot, but I like it when Magpie hits non-treasures early on. So I'd rather open with a not a treasure. And lackeys is also a very good card. I'm gonna go with the lackeys. I do want to pick up supplies, but I don't really need the supplies until I'm getting masterminds. I think lackeys gets me to buying and playing counterfeit. Oh, he just has the 5/2. You rat bastard. And Xerx gets the 5/2. I don't get the 5/2, but when I get the 5/2, Xerx gets the 5/2. Injustice. Oh! Oh, I missed that. That's a good reason to get supplies. I just totally forgot that you get 2 points off of the horse. Yeah, that was just an oversight on my part. Oopsie daisy. I don't think it's the end of the world, but I think I would have bought the supplies if I'd noticed that. He's already going for the mastermind. I'll stick 2 more supplies here, I guess, and finish off those basilica points. Maybe that could have been supplies plus lackeys. I don't need a lot of supplies. Pick my first mastermind now. I think I mostly want to click on masterminds and sack of loot from here on out. There's other cards I'd be perfectly happy to have. Looks like a sack of loot. Not sure if that's better than a second mastermind immediately. I'm hoping to at least hit 5 on this turn. I'm not sure if that's an unrealistic expectation. Gotta say, I'm a little bit miffed that I open with magpies. I'm now losing the split. I don't like the birds. I don't like the birds one bit. They are capricious pile. I'm gonna lose the magpie split, aren't I? Supplies does stop you from ever playing with Windfall, because if you play your supplies, you're always gonna have card left in deck, even if you drew everything. Yeah, I don't like Magpie. I opened with it. I bought Magpie in the opening. I even bought Lackeys over supplies for the express purpose of making Magpie activate more often, and I was rewarded by losing the split 3-7 to the guy who opened with the counterfeit instead. Puzzle box? Okay. Xerx is taking a second stack of loot. I think that's pretty reasonable. I think it's either Mastermind plus a Falconer. Falconer could gain me more supplies or something, or a sack of loot and supplies and a lackeys. Lackeys is low. I think I want buys so I can put in a state pile that, which probably means more sack of loots and some lackeys. And I would not mind taking a second counterfeit here. Uh, double counterfeit sacks of loot, and then you're probably threatening something nasty. There's a reason the movie Birds is a horror movie. And falcons. That's a good bird. I like the falcon. Magpie, on the other hand, I've been attacked. Guess if it's the sack of loot. I think the loot I would most want to gain here would be staff. Spell scroll could also do some stuff. But what you're really looking to do here, I think, is actually no. Yeah, I think staff. What I'd like to be able to do is play the sacks of loot, gain some loots, and then draw them the same turn. So like if you have a leftover lackeys in hand, you can play your sacks of loot first, then play the staff, then play the lackeys in the buy phase and draw the loots. I was thinking the supplies would mess that up because you'd have a bunch of horses top deck, but you can always do that before playing any supplies, and then they won't get in the way. I I was being too generous. I understated how evil the birds are. It's not 7-3, it's 8-2. I lost that split 8-2. Say it ain't so. I even doubled a magpie on turn 4. What happened? Yeah, it whiffed. 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 Yeah. I don't like birds. I don't like these birds, at least. Okay. I'll draw that, play that. What I got here. Well, let me just double check really fast. This isn't enough. Yeah, xyrix is the point, so there's no way I'm piling out this turn. There's a case to be made for just counterfeiting the sack of loot immediately. Get the 2 loots out ASAP, be done with it. I don't know how many more turns the game is going to last. Not that many. Maybe I just cut to the chase here. Figurehead and Chalice. Not ideal. I'll take a Province and a second counterfeit. Xyrix is, I think, fairly likely to win this turn. The 2 counterfeits he can probably pile. Supplies and lackeys. Yeah, this has got to be a win, right? He's drawn his deck, barring whatever that one card is. It's in a state. No, it's not in a state. I don't know what it is. Now he's drawn his deck. This will be a win. Uncalled for. Yeah. Admittedly, I think lackeys over supplies was an oversight. I missed the Basilic interaction, and that cost me like 4 points or so, which maybe mattered. Those dang birds.